What's number one rule of the dojo, Colton?
Step stance technique.
No, I want to see 5 good techniques and not 10 bad ones. So if you've got it, so Sarah, for you, since you're learning right now, if your spidey sense starts tingling and you feel that wall behind you, go ahead and shift back a little bit because I would like to see 2 good techniques. How many techniques are in that sequence, Colton?
2, Sensei.
2, right? All right, so it's not a half a punch and a punch. It's 1 punch, 2 punches. All right? I'll take that as a high. All right, what's next, Colton?
Next is high double punch.
All right, so Sarah, same thing. You're just punching high right up to your nose. Okay? Boom, boom. All right? 5 up, 5 back. Hit. Sweep. Oh. Shoot. Go.
Hey!
There you go. Back. Whoop. Hit. Hot. Shoot. Two.
Hey!
Good. Good punches, Colton. Right on the noggin, man. Nice. Really good knuckles going on. Okay?
There are the good punches.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Colton?
Next is sweep punch block.
Sweep punch block. Okay, awesome. So get into a straddle stance. You may want a straddle stance so you.
Sarah?
Is that what?
Straight on.
It could be that one. Sure. It can be straight on. Yeah, that way we can see it. So just put your feet are close to you. Hang on. Stance cam 2000. Sorry, got it going on.
Face the camera. I'm close up.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. So remember like that. So that's straddle stance.
Yes.
Got it? Okay. Good deal. All right. So on this one, we are going to do a sweep, a punch, and a block. Didn't you do the sweep with Bridget?
Yes.
All right, let's try that out. Then let's see what happens, okay? So left foot out, or left arm out, I'm sorry. You're going to sweep so that, remember what's the number 1 rule of the dojo, Colton?
Number 1 rule of the dojo, step stance technique.
No, the hand that's out is the foot that's out, and vice versa. The foot that's out is the hand that's out, right? So on this one, your left hand is out, so you're going to sweep with your left foot. You're going to punch. You're going to block. Well, remember that double boom block you did? There you go, just like that. And then you'll sweep the hand that's out. So you sweep with your right. There you go. Punch. Block. So on this one, remember what the number 1 rule of the dojo is?
Keep your arms in.
No. Remember, 5 good ones, not 10 bad ones. So on this one, I want you to focus on just destroying that stance and getting it back. All right? So when you're doing it, when you sweep, your body shouldn't move a whole lot, right? So just concentrate on keeping everything right in the middle. All right? So sweep, punch, block, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, here we go. Straddle stance, left arm out in a punchy position, right arm back in chamber. It's sweep, punch, block. Neat. Salt. There you go. Cheat. Go. You're doing good.
Hey!
Go. Sit. Hot. Shoot. Do. Good. Very good, Sarah. I mean, that's 3 things you're putting together that you're just learning. So good job on that. All right, Colton, what's number next?
Next,
So you took a week off and I can't remember.
cross body block.
Cross
Oh,
body
buddy.
block. Remember
Like
cross. Say again?
I said, just write it on the wall, Colton, like I do.
Yeah, back to the, you have it, it's okay. So Sarah, you did cross body block, right?
Yes.
There it is. Okay, so get on back to your position. Left foot out, left hand out. We're going to do this one walking, so you might want to go ahead and back up to the wall. There we go. What's the number one rule of dojo? Colton?
I'm confused.
5 good ones rather than 10 bad ones.
No, step, stance, technique. All right. Pirot Sensei, will you run this? I'm going to go make sure that the black belts are doing okay, and I'll be right back.
All right, go.
Okay. Left front stance, Sarah. Where'd he go? He just walked out and left?
Yep.
All right, fine. See, he's scared of you, Sarah. That's the deal. He's like a 4th-degree black belt, and you've got him scared. Oh, now he's come back. You
I
good?
got it. Yeah,
All right,
sure.
cool. I'll be right back.
I was gonna sneak in on him, see what he was doing. Come on, Colton, let's go.
Okay.
Take a step.
Step.
There you go.
Okay. So this one's out. So you,
Good enough.
I'll get it.
A little bit further apart. There you go. See Sensei Paul there? See how wide his feet are?
You know.
Like
Yeah.
normal. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, one of the ways that I like to describe the kind of thing is you're on I can never remember what it's called. That little cross country ski machine that they used to have. Nordic track. And for me, you're kind of like on a Nordic track when you're moving, because you want your hips to stay in place, right?
Yeah.
And basically your feet are just moving almost on a track, right? So it's good if you have, like, on that floor there, you've got sort of, the lines are running the other direction. You could basically put one foot on, like here on this carpet, I've got these cool lines right here. So if I put my foot on one line there and one line there, let's say, my feet should stay on that line.
Okay.
Right. So that's kind of what you're talking about. Especially going backwards, because when you're going backwards, it's real easy to like end up stepping behind and getting tight, and then your hips are off. See, so that's your big tell. Remember in your first class, we were always talking about your hips are forward and your shoulders are forward, right? So that's the same. That's how you know your stance is doing good. Now it'll feel kind of tight and restrictive, but it'll actually loosen up a little bit later. You're basically just kind of hammering your round peg into that square hole right now. But soon it'll feel so good. All right, what's number next? Or are we still in one?
You were about to do low block, Sensei.
Let's go. Who's counting?
Me. Itch. Me. Son.
Yeah.
She. Go. Hi. Roku. Stitch. Hutch. Q. Jew.
Good. So what's the number one rule of the dojo?
Don't get hit.
Go.
Well, that's the other rule.
Go.
Number one rule, keep your shoulders square.
Kind of, sort of. Fifth distance, right? So when you're doing that down block, you don't want it out super duper far. You don't want it up against your leg, right? You want to put about at your elbow, put about a fist distance. It really should be a little bit closer, but I mean that's the number one rule of the dojo.
He's like Confucius. He's got 1,000 number ones.
What is the sound of one number one rule? Everything is a fist distance away, right?
That's right.
Fist distance away, right? So about a fist distance away, if you got to wonder if I'm too far out, put a fist near your elbow, and that's about how far it should be. All right?
One fist away.
What is the sound of one fist sticking between your ribs? All right, what's next?
Next, double bone block.
All right, here we go. Colton, you did such a good job counting. I want you to count again.
Left foot
Pitch.
forward.
Knee. Sun. Sheet.
There you go. Good.
Go. Height. Roku. Sich. Hutch. Q. Q.
Sarah, maybe try and go diagonal. Go from that corner.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe the other corner. Yeah, either way. That way you've got a little bit more room.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to worry about that wall sneaking up on you anymore. All right, Sensei, you were talking something about wrists.
Oh, I was just seeing if she could see my hand, but her hand, arm was out and her hand was turned differently. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to keep up, but I got lost.
yeah,
That's okay. What's the number one rule of the dojo?
you're gonna do 1,000 push-ups for that, so you won't forget.
Okay.
All right, cool. I like that enthusiasm.
5 good ones instead of 10 bad ones.
5 good ones instead of 10 bad ones. So it doesn't matter, Sarah, it doesn't matter right now if Colton is tearing through them because he's got awesome technique and he practices every morning underneath the waterfall. All right,
Mhm.
You're just learning this. So
Only every other morning, Sensei.
give me, don't ruin it for me, man. Don't ruin it for me. All right,
What was that double ball?
go ahead and get, that good technique. Don't worry about trying to keep up with it right now because you're the only person in the room. You don't have to worry about anybody, running into you, right? So This is a great time. So that stance, technique, and then think about that. My wrist is supposed to be straight. You can kind of work on that. Give me 5 good ones. Don't worry about giving me 10 ones. All right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Number next.
Next, high block.
High block. Did you guys cover high block? Sure.
I don't think we did.
Good time,
Okay.
sir.
So, well, no, we'll work on that. So I want you to do double bones again. All right? So we just talked about it. So now you get to do them again. Everyone else do high blocks. Let's say you can watch them. Colton.
Ever.
Height.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Pitch. Knee.
There you go.
Sun. Sheet.
Good.
Go. Height. Roku.
That's what
Sich.
Oh, she froze.
Hutch.
Okay, there she is.
I did. I don't have great signal
Q.
here, apparently.
That's good.
Q.
There you go. Well, what's the number one rule of the dojo, Sarah?
I'm out.
Arms in.
Step, stance, technique. So you're here, going back, take that step, get your stance, and then do your technique.
Okay.
All right?
Hey.
What's number next?
Relax a little bit when you're doing your technique. It's
Yeah,
good for
relax.
a workout. But you got to learn how to concentrate your energy. You're kind of like this. Relax a little bit so you flow and then pop it at the end.
Yeah, don't focus on trying to get any power or anything right now. Just get your strength in. All right, number next.
Next is
What's behind door number 1?
I believe next is punch kick under.
Ding, 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 yay! So Sarah, just so you know, if you join the class, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll be the one that's going to be asked what's next.
Okay.
Everyone gets a turn. Don't worry about it. So on this one, you start left foot out, left hand out. There you go. You're going to do a punch. And then a front kick. There you go. Now step forward. Okay. On the 5th one, when he says go, you're going to punch, you're going to kick, and then you're going to step back, right? Be back in front stand. So then on number 6, which is roku, then you're going to punch, kick out that front leg, and step back. Is that confusing enough?
I think I got it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do them this way, just for something different.
Itch.
Colton.
Sorry, y'all started.
Meet.
Same arm, same leg, sir.
Yeah, I realized that.
Son.
There you go, punch. There you go.
Sheet. Go.
Punch
And
first.
step back.
I'm kind of stuck. I gotta go backwards.
That's okay.
Roku. Stitch. Hutch. Q. Q.
What's the first level of self-defense, Colton?
The first level of self-defense, Sensei?
Yes. Yes.
Run away.
No, actually, no. No, that's number 3. First level of self-defense is awareness, right? And just nod and say yes. First level of self-defense, so working out as we've been working out, this is a good way for us to train self-defense because we run out of space. I mean, I've got a pretty much empty room here, but you know, you've got a fairly tight space. Sensei's a fairly tight space. So one of those things that this is kind of training us to do is be aware of what's around you. You know, your knickknacks and your tchotchkes and your tables and whatnot. So the other thing that this trying time reemphasizes, at least for me, is the adaptability of our system. So, and I'm just directing this at you pretty much, Sarah, is don't worry about running out of space, then give yourself some space, all right? This applies to martial arts and self-defense in general, is sometimes, you know, like we were talking about Fukugata Ichi, right? About some, you know, we do it like this, or actually some styles step out and do it this way. We step in and do it. You know, the training is like sometimes when the villain or roughing comes at you, you need to give yourself some space. And sometimes you want to close off their space, all right? So it's the same thing here for you, for Sarah, for every one of us in these 4 little windows, is give yourself some space. So if you're doing this technique and you're going to run out of space, well, then go ahead and step back and do it, you know, or kick and then give yourself a step back. It's not going to throw anything off. Don't worry about it, all right?
Okay.
Give yourself the space to do a good technique.
So should I step back and do it and then start going backwards or try and go forward again?
You try, I mean, if you want to give yourself some room, so like if you punch, like if I'm here, there's a table right here, I assure you. So like if I punch and I could maybe get one more. Well, actually what I do on stuff like that is I just shift my feet, right? And I just shift my feet in one place. But
Okay.
But you know, if I punch and I kick and I'm going to run out of space, put my foot down and just take a step back, right? Now I got room for the next one. It's okay. It's not going to throw anyone off, really. I mean, I'm watching you, but it's not going to throw me off. Sensei's watching you, it's not going to throw him off. So Colton's counting, and he may be paying attention to how fast you're moving, but I don't think it's going to throw anybody off. So, but give yourself some room, okay? Because again, the goal for like this part of your training is for you to get the technique down and not be frustrated with, you know, I'm trying to remove any like, well, I can't do this because I don't have enough space, that kind of stuff like that. Give yourself the space. It's okay, all right?
Okay.
Good job. Number next, Cole.
Next will be middle punch, ki each time.
There we go. So it's just going to be a step and a middle punch, just like you've been doing.
This is a Texas thing, colored walls and white doors.
What?
This is a Texas thing because I was thinking about painting my house that color with the, you know, inside of my house that same color.
These walls are tan, actually.
Yeah,
This is not my house.
Yeah. These are white.
White.
Here, see, look, I disappear.
You need to paint it white, so.
Yeah. I want to paint it green. That way I can just put any screens I want back. All right, Colton.
Itch.
Run. Keep them going, Sensei. I'm going to go check on that, guys.
Knee. Cut. Son. Cut. Ears. Side of your foot.
Okay, so up and then forward.
Yeah. Look at the edge of your foot.
Ooh, Colton, you're doing Stance Cam 2000?
You're doing a good job.
He better have licensed that, or otherwise
You're doing a good job.
Of course he is. Keep going.
All right, Sarah. You see that? Repeat demonstrate.
Okay, so
Awesome. You got it.
Okay. Alternating legs, starting with the left.
I taught him that, Paul.
Each. Knee. Son. Chi. Go. Hey.
All right, stop for a second. Colton, what stance are you
Yes?
supposed to be in? What stance are you supposed to be in? There we go.
I believe heels together, Sensei.
All right, Subadach, heels together.
heel together.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, just like that. There you go. All right, continue. Go ahead, Colton.
Don't mind me. Keep.
So,
Broke. Broke.
Roku.
There you go.
Sich. Touch. Q. Q. Hey.
There you go. Good. Number next.
Next. Side kicks.
There you go. Same thing, just a little bit higher. So you may want to turn to a 45 if you need, space. And you can stay this way. If you got space to the side, it's but a lot of times being diagonal kind of helps.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same thing. You're going to alternate left and right. How does every kick? Oh, sorry, Craig. What's the number one rule of the dojo?
Every kick starts and stops at the same place.
Yeah, I gave you that one. That's exactly right. So there's no change in this. So it doesn't like go out that way or anything. It comes straight up, straight out, back, down. There you go, just like that. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Go ahead, Colton.
Itch.
Good.
Knee.
All right.
Son.
Are we
Yeah, we'll get her in there.
switching back
Don't worry
and forth?
Chi.
There you go.
Go.
All right.
Hey. Roku.
And
Q. Q.
Good to go.
Hey!
Good. All right.
Do one more.
There you go. Oh, that's the spirit. So you're getting a gold star, Sarah, if you keep doing stuff like that. Let me just do one more. Just one more.
I had to get my left correct because for some reason my left is horrible one.
That's okay. That happens a lot. That there's I always say people really should attack me on my left side because I think I'm a little bit better on my left than my right, although I'm right-handed. So
Yeah, I'm left-handed.
Are you? Oh, okay. That's all right. But so sometimes it'll be better or worse.
That's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Colton, start walking. Hello? Hello?
Sorry.
Please. Come on, Colton, what's that?
Next
Front
would
side
be front side kick.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
What's this? I gave it
Straddle
away.
stance.
I keep giving this away. Good. All right. Demonstrate it for her because she had.
Okay.
So this is just a side kick to the front, right?
Good. So,
Yeah.
Yep. That'll do for now. There you go. All right, Colton. Count out. Same thing. You're alternating. Left foot first. Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Hi. Each. Knee. Son. She. Go. Hi. Roku. Beach. Hutch. Q. Q. Hi.
Good. All right. What's next, Colton?
Next is roundhouse kick.
All right. Let's get that one now. Let's just go to back kick.
Hi.
So what's next?
So back kicks.
There you go. So turn sideways so she can see a little bit better, Colton. There you go. All right.
Yeah. So you can't see my head, but you'll look to your left over your shoulder so you see where you're kicking.
okay.
Then start. And then other side.
There you go. Good.
Okay.
All right. Good deal. Hey, Sensei, after you get through the back kick and cycle back around, and let's go over just walk through all the kicks again, like fast. Give them a little workout with the kicks.
Right, I hear and obey. I understand.
I get to make them sweat. All right, so get through back kicks and do that thing. All right, cool.
Coffee
Good job.
too. All right, let's go.
And one.
Shoot.
I want to see sweat pouring, dust flying,
Just do one
flying
more.
feet of fury. Impress me.
We went over the kicks, Sensei, and
Cool.
we wanted to practice blocks as well.
You guys are all saying the right things. That's what I like to hear.
You must
Keep
put
going.
that on.
Go ahead. Number next. Oh, hang on. But before we get started, okay, so so Sarah, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so this is like when we're going through the 25 basics, that's not the time for questions, right? So this is the good time. So like, if there's anything that's thrown off, you've got highly trained and martial artists, And I want you to ask Colton a lot because he's getting ready to get promoted, and so this is part of his promotion criteria. So Colton, you were asking about like, hey, how can I get promoted? Because I haven't been able to really work on 2D. The way you get promoted is understanding your Kihon.
Going to my class.
Because I'll reiterate again in the main room for everybody, but just like I'm having Drew teach Kyle, the guy that popped in. He's from a different Shodan branch, but so he's having to teach the basics to this guy, or at least showing. He's got to explain it. So for Colton, he's now the example, right? So he's got to explain it. He's got to demonstrate it. He's got to think about it. And if he can do that, that means I know that he understands it. And that's sort of the criteria for me at least, of being ready for promotion is, do you understand the material? Can you do it? Sometimes you can't do it, but you can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So with my, I always talk about my shoulders. I understand what I'm supposed to be doing in the Kata or whatever. I can't do it anymore. So, when we get to be gentlemen of a certain age, like, in the 30s for Pirot Sensei and for the 50s for me, when we go, like you go to a camp and you'd see guys who are like 6th or 7th or, even 8th degrees, and they're doing their kata. And I actually had somebody who was sitting next to me at a camp, and somebody was testing for their umpteenth degree or whatever. And they were like, that doesn't look that good. And I'm like, the guy's like 65 or whatever. Cut him a break. I said, but he understands the technique. So that reflects back down to the ninth cue, or prospective ninth cues in Colton's case, is, can he do it? Maybe he doesn't do it as well as some other people, but does he understand it? Because if you understand it, you'll be able to do it, right? So this is the time to ask questions, I guess, is my point. Go ahead.
Well, Sarah. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. What's next, Colton?
From where we were, Sensei, next would be knife block. And
okay.
As a matter of fact, I have a question about that.
Okay, sure.
So when we have our hand out, how should our hand be angled? Should it be flat or should it be more pointed upwards?
So this is where the whole visualization thing comes into play. Is you really got to kind of think about what you're hitting, what your surface is. Bad guy's hitting you right here, right? So you need your. Hang on a second. I don't have a bad guy simulator.
Oh, kid.
So you're striking. You're blocking with this part of your hand, right? So that should be on your center line, right? But
okay.
What's the number one rule of the dojo?
Always protect your center line.
No. Straight wrist, right? So your wrist should always be straight. Okay. So you may see me and other people do that, and that's not incorrect. But for you right now, and for you too, Sarah, your wrist needs to be straight because that's going to give you some structural support, right? So when you're blocking something, I get my tishatsu going on here, and I'm doing it like if my hand is broken this way, I don't feel any pressure. I only feel pressure if my wrist is straight, right? And maybe you're doing that snap, right? So when I'm doing this, it's straight, right? And this one back here should be straight as well, straight edge. Now there will be your arm length, like like Drew, he's got the short stubby arms and stuff like that. It's gonna be weird, but that's kind of what you want. You want him to be more or less straight, right, on both ones. Because you got to remember what ultimately what you're doing this is, you're not blocking somebody here. You're blocking somebody from a 45 or a 90. The punch is coming in, and I'm getting on the other side of it, right? So this is chopping down on that arm. The bad guy's arm is going to be here, and your hand is going to be on this side. Does that make some sense?
Hi.
All right. Let's try shoot the block. Did you do shoot the block, Sarah?
Nope.
No? Okay, then you do double bone block.
She did it before.
All right. Well, okay.
I did it at the beginning earlier because.
Oh, well then,
I made her
you
do
go.
it.
Wait in there. Don't listen to me. So count it
I don't
out.
know where to start though.
Each.
Here.
Eat.
There you go.
One.
I don't know.
Cheat.
You're good. You're all right. There you go.
Go. Roku. Siege. Hutch. Q. Q. Hi.
Good deal. All right. So what I want, oh, we're going to lose Sensei again. He's just walking away. Comes back. Just wandering off. So Sensei, all right, so here's what we're going to do. So now, Sarah, you're going to get a taste of true traditional martial arts dojo. I want you to get into a straddle stance and just practice 5 of every one of your blocks. Down block, elbow block, cross body block, single bone block. If you want to do shuto, you can do that. All right. And while you're doing that, Sensei is going to keep a steely eye on you while he also watches Colton bust out Fukugata each and work your way through that. Sensei, you may need to move your camera up a little bit. I don't know, or move back. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
However, we're going to work that out. You guys work that out. So they're going to be counting. So Sarah, just stand there and on your count. You don't have to count in Japanese. You can count in English. Just 1, 2 punches, 2. Sensei's going to be watching you too. All right. So do that for a few minutes, and then we'll all get in the main room. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Colton, good technique. Sarah, good job. Way to marshal through there. That's all right.
Everybody all at once. Hi, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
Hi.
All right. We're going to start off with our black belt basics. So they're fairly simple. Just follow along where you can. And we're just going to we'll do 5 up and 5 back.
Right.
And just to get a little sweat going and some blood pumping. All right. All right. First one, left foot out in front, left hand. So we're going to start. We're going to step and punch. We're going to go high, middle, low. And then we'll step, high, middle, low. All right?
Hi.
High. Come on. Hit. Hit. Hump. Hit. Go. Hit. Hit. Nice. All right. Second one, down block. So for us, I don't know how you guys do down blocks. You do them nice and short at black belt level. Hitting with that first knuckle. All right. Hey, yep. So do them how you're comfortable doing, or you can do them the way that we do them, which is a much lower cross. It's a shorter hit. It's up to you. You can do them however you like. All right. Hit. Hit. Thump. Shoot. Go. Hit. Hit. Hutch. Hit. 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 Good. All right. Judanuke. Middle block. Again, for us, this is 45. Normally it's here. At black belt, we do them out here. Popping with that knuckle again. Come on. Yep. There you go. However you want to do it. Come on. Hit. Hit. Hump. Hit. Go. Hit. Hey. Hoop. Six. Hutch. Hit. Two. Hey. Hey. Nice. All right. High block. Hey. Hey. Hump. Hey. Go. Hey. Hey. Hoop. Six. Hutch. Hit. Two. Hey. Good. All right. The next one's where we start getting into the fun ones. All right. So this one, we're going to do is we're going to start. So this is a strike over top. So the first, it's a parry. And the hand comes over to this side, and it's a strike over top. Yep, just like that. Yep, except this is a downward strike with the knuckle, right? So, right, and then we're gonna, yep, just like that. Start left side out in front. Right, hit, knee, hump, hit, go, hit, hurt, six, hutch, hit, two, hit. Good. All right. Next one, just like it, except it's to the side. It's a hit to the side. So this is, you can think of this as a parry, or you can think of it as a trap. Trap down, so that's kind of why we let the hand hang off, dead hand on the side. Boom, hit. So you can trap, get right into it, parry it, here. Right? So it gives you a couple options while we dead hand it. So it's off to the side. There you go. Come on. Hit. Knee. Thump. Cheek. Go. Hit. Hurt. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Hey. Good. All right. Next one should be familiar if you've done Pion Shodan or you guys do Ananku at some point. What this is going to be is it's a double downward strike like this and a front kick at the same time. All right. Yep. There you go. Yep. So we'll start from here, and on the count. Right? It's at the same time. Yep. It's not, you're not crossing. It's kind of a in alignment. Boom. There you go. Yep. Yes. Like that. Yep. 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 Exactly. So it's a double down strike. So with each of those knuckles, right? Come on. Hit. Knee. Hump. Hit. Go. Hit. Go. Six. Hutch. Hit. Two. Hit. There you go. Good. Good. All right. Next one. 45 block with a side shin, with a shin kick. So what we're gonna do here is on that count, you're gonna kind of come up with a 45 block and a shin kick out that direction, right? So 45, 45, boom. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's it. Come on. Hey. Hey. Home. See. Go. Hey.
Hey.
Up. 6. Hut. 2. 2. Hey.
Hey.
Good. Good. All right. Next one. Yeah, that's kind of a nifty little fun one. Kind of like a block with a strike all in one. Kyokushin does that a lot, right? This little maneuver, right? So
that I'm not used to.
that's all right. We're just trying to get the blood pumping.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Next one on the count will be high block. Open the hand and grab, and pull down, kick. Right? So, yep, just like that. That's it. Yep, start with the left hand out in front, left side out in front. Come on. Heat. There you go. Knee. So. Sheet. Go. Hey.
Hey.
Up. 6. Hut. 2. 2. Hey.
Hey.
Now, one thing I forgot to tell you, I didn't forget to tell you, but I didn't really want to overburden you with too much information. There's a lot to keep track of already. On those last ones, so on number 5 and number 10, when we change direction, we'll block, kick, and then set back. That way, when we go backwards, the technique is on the lead leg, not the back leg.
That kind of happened naturally, I think.
Yeah, right. So whenever
You'll know your ways. You'll know your ways as if they were their own. He has the Quizac Sadrac.
That's right. So whenever we're gonna, when we get to 5, it's kick and then step back, right? Blah, blah, blah. When we get to 10, right, it's gonna be hit, kick, and then step forward. So you should always end on your left foot. And on that number 5, we'll kick and then step back. So actually then your hands are switching sides. All right?
Anything vaguely familiar, Kyle?
The combinations are unique, but the techniques are all,
Yeah. Okay.
little differences here and there, but nothing I can't handle.
Yeah. No, it's not that part. It's just because we're with Kisei's lineage, and you're with Kuda's lineage. So I was just wondering how much crossover came in of because there was some guys that I worked out with, and they had a set of basics that were supposedly the ones that Master Soken taught, and that's what that was their Kihon set. And I'd seen a couple of them before, in whatever sets we were doing. I was like, oh, that's like what we do, but then the rest of them were off the line. So I was just wondering. Go ahead.
Right. All right. Next one. So this is going to be a parry and a trap. Parry and trap, and then a kick underneath. Yep. Just like that. It's going to be downward parry, kick. Downward parry, kick. Right. Left hand out in front. Left foot out in front. Come on. Hey. Hey. Home. See. Go. Hey.
Hey.
Up. 6, hut, 2, 2, hey!
Hey!
Good. All right. Next
Kyle, do you guys
set.
kick with your toes?
Sorry?
Do you guys kick with your toes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait. Next one is a trap, front kick. Yep. So it's kind of like you're doing, they grab your arm, trap, you know, you're grabbing them back, pull,
Yuki.
right? Or shuto, check, grab, pull. Yep. That's how we're gonna start. My heat. Knee. Thump. Heat. Go. Hey. Go. 6. Hut. 2. 2. Hey. Good. Now, next one. Same hand motion. This one is a hook kick to the back of the knee or the back of the thigh. So you're going to come out and back and then set down. So it's going to be here. There you go. Yep. You can see the stance cam that Sensei has there. Yeah. So your kicking service back of the heel, right? And it, my, heat,
There you go.
knee, thump, sheet,
Get those hips back in place.
go, hey,
Hey!
rope, 6, hut, 2, 2, hey.
Hey!
Good. Yeah, everybody
Right.
really loves that one. That one's everyone's favorite.
The key on that one is when you're doing it, you're coming in, you're hitting, and you're coming out just like at the front kick. And then if you want to put your hips into it, that's fine, because arguably they'll be in close to you. But yada yada yada. You're coming in, bam, you're hitting, but now you're off to that 45. So when you do, you make sure you're on the ball of your foot so you recover and get those hips back in front of you again for that kick. Because you know, in the cul-de-sac, you know, you'd be doing it in a body change, right? So they'd be coming in and you'd be coming off here, so you just be hitting their leg. But if you do it as we do it in the basics, right? You'd be putting that hip in it, and then they would be facing this way, and you would be facing that way. And that's no bueno, because now your back's to them. So when you're doing that, you cover those hips back up forward.
Nice and sit.
Yep.
All
right. Good job, Kyle. Good job. All right, I'm going to go back and make sure the white belts aren't on fire.
Hey. All right, next one. So this is small circles coming from the inside. Protect. So it can either be a catch, it can be an outside, like a waishu, or an outside shuto and an arm bar, like catching the elbow, or it could also be a shuto up underneath the armpit, either or. So it's gonna come up like this, boom, and then there's gonna be a kick underneath. Yeah, so your hands, your lead leg, the hand is out in front, the rear leg hand is back behind, right? So it's staggered a little bit. There you go. Yep. And again, small circles, it's not really big, really small. Boom. Yep. There you go. Come on. Hey. Knee. Tom. Shake. Go. Hey.
Hey.
Up. Teach. Hutch. Two. Two. Hey.
Hey.
Good. All right. Next one. Another with the small hands. It's a stop. Press down. So your front leg, that hand is on top. Right? Don't go down too far. And it's also not a press. It's a stop and then a kick underneath. Yep. Just like that. So I usually try to aim for having that stop occur just above the knot in my belt. Yep. Just like that. And keep your hands at that level. All right? All right. Hey. Hey. Come. Hey. Go. Hey. Up. Teach. Hatch. Two. Two. Hiss. Good. And again, these aren't big maneuvers. Very small. Right? That's one of the things that we work on when you're starting out as a white belt. Big motions, big circles. Once you get to black belt, very small movements. So, and the last
Lazy
one.
karate.
What was that?
Lazy karate.
Lazy karate. That's right.
Old man's karate.
That's the White Rock way. Lazy man karate. Do the only what you need to do to survive. Don't waste energy. Really efficient. If you need to do that, that's one thing. Most of the time we won't. All right. The last one of the black belt basics is going to be a 45 block, a simultaneous 45 block and down block. So it's going to be this, a lot like Nahanshi. Boom. With a kick. Wait, yeah, like with a kick. So, yeah. Right. So we're going to start here, right? So the technique, bam. Yep. All right. Right here, come on. Hit. Knee. Up. Hit. Go. Height. Up. 6. Hut. 2. 2. Height. Good. All right. And then we have push-ups, punching the floor, kicking the floor, planks, jumping jacks. We're not going to go through all those because, I don't want to do those right now, to be honest with you. So, let's go. Grab a quick drink, and then we'll start doing some kata.
Kata.
So is short and Ryu your primary training?
Hi.
Okay. So you're familiar with all the pinions, pasai, Seisan, Ananku.
So, my Mudansha curriculum consists of Pinan, Naihanchi, and Pasai. I'm not even going to say Pasai because what I know as Pasai is very, very unique.
Okay.
And I was never taught the other forms that you mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah, those are all. I know a lot of forms.
Yeah.
I've learned Shito-ru and Gosho-ru as well. So.
Okay. All right.
Can
Excellent.
you see your Pasai?
Sorry,
I'm curious how different it was.
I couldn't catch that.
I was wondering if we could see your Pasai because I was curious how different it might be.
Sure. If that's okay with Sensei.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I'd be interested to see.
I'm good in the camera.
Hey.
I keep bumping into my bag. Okay, so this is Pasai Show. Hey! Hey!
Yeah, it's not that different.
Yeah. No, some of the stances and maybe
Well,
hand
yeah.
positioning is different, but the sequence is almost identical.
Similar.
So relieving.
Yeah. Well, so let's go through Pasai Show. And let's do Pasai Show. We'll do it the way that we do. And
Just follow along.
yeah, just follow along. It'll be very similar to what you just did. I think the only thing that's marginally different is the opening sequence. But that's okay. Kyotsuke. Re. Kata. Pasai Show.
Pasai Show.
Come on. Hey. Me. Son. Chi. Go. Rope. 6. Hutch. 2. 2. Peace. Knee. Hey. Son. Chi. Go. Rope. 6. Hutch. 2. 2. 8. Let's get. Ready.
Wow.
Yep.
I've been so lost with that kata. Like even my own senseis have like pushed it aside because they put more focus on the hanchi.
Uh-huh.
And my core club is in Tennessee, whereas I'm in Canada.
Right.
The chances for like actually learning under them is very limited.
Right.
So they focus on core kata like Naihanchi and Pinan.
Right.
So that's been kind of lost to the wayside.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the main differences that I saw, one of the main differences in Genshin is we do very, very little Neko. We do that rarely.
Yeah.
Right. So we go generally much more of a natural stance. But for us, that initial thing is just a step. It's a step.
A half step.
Yep. Right. And then it's another step, and we come down in front, so you can't see my feet from up here, right? So we step, yep, and then step here, and step across, and it's just an augmented block, right? You know, yep. And then down, up, yep. So that's the same. It's that parry, shuto, yep. And then it's kind of all in one, but you know, single bone, we a lot of times will grab and pull, punch. Yep. And then punch. Yep. Step back.
So that's one thing I'd like to ask about.
Yep.
What is the concept behind that versus this?
So for me it was explained, grab, it can either be we're shutoing insides here. So it's similar in this. The other alternative is it can also be a grab, a head grab, right? The idea is it's kind of at sternum level.
It almost like the opening to Sanku.
Right, very similar. Yeah, it's not quite so tight, but yeah, right. And so, you know, it's a lot of strikes, you know, double strike, and you've got your elbows at an angle to spread that out, right? Strike, grab, kick, right? Right, so the other idea is grab, kick, and then as you come around, throw, right? So from the back, kick, right? You grabbed, come around, hip throw, boom.
I could apply that same motion to
Yes.
this
Yep.
or that.
Absolutely.
I really like that.
Absolutely. Yep. It's kind of the same deal. There's not a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. A lot of stuff you can do with this. You know, it's just with some of our 2D techniques and stuff are derived. You know, somebody's coming in to grab you like, right?
Like a tempted throat choke, and we do one of those.
Yep.
When I first saw it, my first immediate thought was it's just a push.
Yep.
Very simply, just
Good.
getting
Yep.
into those shoulders. Boom.
Yep. But there again, it's also in keeping with our system, which isn't wide, right? We're not keeping it super wide, keeping it compact, because I want them in close. Because I'm gonna, you know, I'm just getting ready to demolish them, right? So I'm past the elbows probably in this technique, or right at the elbows, you know, grab, kick,
Awesome.
you know. So because from here, it's just a short transition to this, right? Which is essentially the same technique,
Absolutely.
right? Grab their arms, grab their shoulders, you know, some minor differences, I think. Plus, this also provides you a nifty little target to aim for. You know, when you got the
window
triangle,
to see.
you know, it's like ha ha. You know, right? All right, cool. So let's go. You know, any other questions about that kata, about our version?
So the original version that I was taught versus how it's kind of evolved over the years, because I have had little bits of lessons with it. I've often been told to follow, and you've probably seen it, there's a classic video of students of Hohenzollern doing Pasai. And that's kind of what it's evolved to. Like, you see at the end, when I do my kakiyuki into cat like wachidachi, whereas you guys stand forward, that
We're still doing it. We're just not doing it as much.
Yeah.
So we're still going. Our bottom half is still 45.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just don't see it as well. And then we straighten.
Yeah. You're,
So when we do, yeah, see how Sensei's doing it. So when you come back, right, your foot comes out. It does the feel, and it ends up 45, and then we turn the body. You know, the hands are 90, right, and then we turn and we still go 45, but the hands are 90. It's just we're not facing in a full-on Neko. You know, we're
not turning full 90.
Right. Right. So a lot of the techniques that we do, like I said, we're all kind of natural stance. So I came up in Kobayashi Shorin-ryu, and it was all stuff, you know, like, you know, big deep stances. And this in Kenshin-kan, in Matsumura State, it's much more 50-50. It's natural stance. Like, so we're still doing the techniques, but we're just not doing them Tanren style.
Yep.
You know? And that does get kind of lost in, you know, the tiny window of the video.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So now you know that we do it very similar to you, and you're not, you know, crazy nor alone.
well, let's not say that. It still proves, you know, the crazy thing. We'll give them a little bit on that one. But.
All right.
Yeah,
At least not alone.
I'm absolutely crazy. Don't worry about that.
All right. Let's do Pinan Godan then. Familiar with Pinan?
Yeah, that's because I know she has like axes on the wall back there. So, you know, yeah, that might be.
Oh, don't worry about those.
Oh, sure. Do you have a pit off screen with there somebody, you know, rubbing lotion on it?
Well, no,
Well, isn't that to fight off? You know, isn't that to fight off bears and you know, like?
It's my madness pit. It's where I kick people into.
Hey, what's next?
Let's do Pinan Godan.
I'm gonna watch you guys do it real quick.
Okay.
All right, just don't pay too much attention to what I do.
Oh, please.
Oh, you know what? I'll watch and I'll do mine, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick?
Yeah, and I mean, Kyle, remember, yeah, I record these, so I'll send you a link on all this so you can see it.
Cool. Awesome.
Kata. Pinan Godan.
And go down.
Come on. Hit. Knee. Up. Shoot. Go. Rook. Six. Hatch. Two. Jeep. Heat. Knee. Go get. Rick.
Hey, Drew, don't forget to do that little half step in when you're doing the up and down block.
Right.
Then come together, and then
Nice and take.
and then you do this, and you come together. One. Okay. Then come together. Two.
Nice and take.
Don't work anymore. I can't get these guys to go back anymore. So.
Nice and take. All right. Seems like you kept with us fairly good, so I assume that we didn't do anything that was too different from you.
Well, the pacing's the same. I know 3 versions of Pinan Godan.
Hey.
And the one I'm used to doing now is even unique within my own system. Like my sensei's chief student is currently the active teacher of our club.
Hey.
And he learned it a specific way and really liked it. And then when he taught it to us, our chief sensei was like, "Where'd that come from?" And he was like, "So-and-so taught me." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And it's been like that ever since.
And that's how we have all those versions is, you know, somebody liked this, and so that's the way they taught it. Their sensei was looking over here, and they taught everybody like that, and that became just the way they do it, you know. And
it's nice that he also says, but don't forget your other one.
yeah, I know. Well, I mean, for me, that's why I like, you know, my guys visiting, you know, and seeing, because there's you know, there's an ultimate truth, you know, somewhere. But I mean, for me, as long as, you know, it's, you know, to start out is, you know, if you know, you're doing 90 or you're doing 45 or you're doing block, you know, it's like, it's all kind of the same concept. The application's a little different because someone is thinking of it in a slightly different way. So, you know, but it's the same, essentially the same move. So get over it. you're still blocking it. You know, still uki suki, you know. So.
All right, Sensei.
All right, keep on going.
Hey.
You know, like when you're doing those moves like that, that's the way Soken looks when he was doing his kata. Like when they showed the video of him, like back in the 60s or 70s or whatever, doing kata. That's kind of the way he moves. His shoulders are a little more hunched over. It's a little more, you know, like that. That's when you did it at Jonathan's class. I was like, damn, that looks like Soken doing it.
Cool.
And as much as I've seen him, you know. Now the caveat, the asterisk I put on that is, remember when he was doing it, he was probably 70. So he's moving. I see some of the guys that are in a different school or a different branch. They actually trained with Kuda. He trained with our sensei, and then he broke off, and he's kind of a big deal at a town down south of here. But when I watch all his students, and all his students try to move like he does, and I'm like, yeah, but he's like 65 or 70. I said, you shouldn't be moving like a 65 or 70-year-old man when you're 20 or you're 30. And you should be moving anyway. So that's my only answer on that. But to me, that means that whoever taught you that is probably pretty close to whatever Soken looked like when they were doing it. So, you know, so good on you.
Yeah, it's a whole mystery to me. Besides what we've talked about, there's so much, you know, there's so many curtains that I haven't gotten through when it comes to the history of our system. So. Yeah.
I say you get 5 stories and then average them, and that's the truth. So, all right, I'm gonna go back over the white belt. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, Sensei.
Keep going. Good job. All
right, let's do Pinon Yondan. Let's keep the Pinon training going for one more here. Let's kick. Nick. Kata. Pinon Yondan. Right. Hey. Hey. Stop. See. Go. Go. 6. Hutch. 2. Click. E. 2.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, you're all right. 2. Heat. 8. Top. 6. Go. Let's kick. Yeah, you were doing it the way that I learned it way back when in Kobayashi. So this is much this is a little simplified from that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it starts out here, right? Side, down, right? Boom. Gather. Go. Kick.
I do a weird.
Yeah, block. So it's more, your body is not quite, it's not so sideways, it's more
That's how I used to do it.
more forward.
I would come to here and I would come in straight, whereas my recent instruction was to step through and get that big spring. I'm maybe not facing completely back, but on a slight angle.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's here. So what I did was I missed a bit. So the idea is because you're straight and you can't see my feet so well, you know, here, right? The idea is you pivot, unwind,
Yep.
hook or middle block, kick, punch, punch.
Yeah.
Boom.
My sensei added a punch before the kick for some reason. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
It's just like, why not? Let's just punch
Right.
them.
Right. So it's going to be here, unwind, block and kick at the same time. Punch, punch. Block and kick at the same time. Punch, punch.
Yeah.
Get done. All right. Then elbow. Another one of these little beauties. Yep.
Grabbies,
Yep. Kick.
grabby
Turn
things.
around. Shoot though. Recover.
Yeah, again, so the original lessons of my Pinon versus what they've changed to. Long story short, my current active sensei, so I'll just say Jeff and Tim. Jeff is the founder of our system. Tim is his chief student that's teaching us right now.
Right.
Jeff disappeared for reasons I can't share. Legal reasons, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim was essentially floating on his own. And now he doesn't need constant training at his point now, but so he kind of developed his own system in his own time. And then 15 years later, actually, my Shodan testing woke up the old guard of the club.
Right.
And then basically they started connecting again, the two of them.
Right.
And then Tim started teaching us, the Sarnia group, his stuff, because now he's sort of the lead teacher.
Right.
Jeff kind of took a step back to let the club flow for a bit.
Right.
But yeah, he's like grand sensei, I don't know.
Right. Okay. Yep. I'm familiar with that term.
Right.
All right. Have you done Seisan?
No. I would love to learn it though.
Okay.
Ours is way different than a lot of them.
Yep.
Great.
So let's do Seisan. And
Just so you know, it's way different than anything else you'll find on the news.
right.
Seisan is the oldest kata, right?
Which one?
Seisan is the oldest kata, right?
It's definitely one of them.
If it's not that, it's Ananku, I believe.
I believe.
But Seisan, I think, is older.
Seisan, Sanshin, and Nahanchi are the three like oldest forms.
Right.
Seisan is like the known oldest form, and it's across every system, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. It's in a lot of them for sure.
Yeah.
For
All
sure.
right, let's hobble through it.
Let's do Seisan. See if I can remember it all. Let's kick. Ready? Kata. Seisan.
Sun.
Come on. Peace. So step back. Step out left. Knee. Step back right. Middle block. Shoot down. Stomp. Punch. Middle block. Shoot. Step. Punch. Middle block. Go. Step. Punch. Rook. Down.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, do that again.
Right. So you stepped and punched.
Right.
From here, right? You're going to gather up just like we did in those basics. Kick. There you go, on the front leg, yep. And it's like this, all right? Each. So what you're gonna do is step across, all the way around, turn around, take your hands here, boom. Yep. All right, now, step right, your hands, your front hand comes out with a shuto, your left hand comes back to block your back leg. So I look like this.
Okay.
Boom. Yep. Right? You're going to repeat that motion. So step left and do it on the other side. And one more time. Boom. Here. So now you should be right foot forward, right hand out in shuto, left hand back. Right? Now, what you're going to do is very similar to Pinon Yondan. You're going to step to a 45 with your left foot. You're going to do a middle block, punch, punch, kick, punch. All right? Now, you're going to pivot to the right side at a 45 and do a middle block with your right hand, punch, punch, kick, punch. All right, now take your right foot, bring it in, step back, so your left foot's in front, middle block, punch, punch, kick, punch.
You back on center in that movement?
Correct.
All right.
Block, kick.
All right. Now, you're going to do a hook, chudan, middle block. Now, you're going to come around. So you're going to bring your right foot back in. You're going to pivot toward the front. And you're going to stay at kind of like a 45-degree angle. And you're going to gather your hands together.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, you're one.
Now, on the count, watch me do it, and then we'll do it together. So what you're going to do is step out, down block, step back, drop that elbow. Here, step, kick, down block, punch. All right, that's a lot to go through. So let's start from here. So, so step forward, drop that hammer fist, and your feet are kind of together. So if you can see my legs, you know, I'm stepping pretty close together, right, as I drop that hammer fist. Now I'm going to just step back a little bit with my left foot, drop that elbow. Boom. Now, step left, and then kick right. Get on. Oizuki, reverse punch. Now, this is another one where you're going to shoot on and kick at the front at the same time and step across when you come down and gather up again, just like we did before. So from back here, right, I was here. What you're going to see is I'm going to block, kick, and I'm going to step across here, and I'm going to gather. So from the back, that looks like here, and I'm going to come back that 45, right? I've got my hands gathered up on the side. And I'm going to repeat the motions I just did on my left side. So each, step back, drop the elbow, step, kick, up, step, and then kick. Kick with your left leg. There you go.
There you go.
Keidan, Oizuki. Right? Now we're gonna kick that hook block or the middle block and kick. and you're going to step across just like you did before. Oh, so you hooked and kicked with your left foot. Step across. Now, this time, when you pivot to the front, your block, it's a middle block. It's at the stomach level, but it's right to the floaters, and it comes out wide from your body. So it doesn't stop here. It comes out wide. There you go. All right? So it comes out wide. Boom. Now, get on. Reverse punch. Now, you're going to step back. Big circle. And your hands are going to come to either side of your belt. And then on the next count, you're going to grab, punch over top at the same time. So it's not a 1-2, it's a 1-2. And then you come up.
Whoa. Man.
So you guys don't do Seisan?
Sorry, say that again.
You guys don't do Seisan?
We
Or
do, but maybe.
is there more?
Within the Mudansha curriculum, there's no Seisan.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, it's Pinan, Naihanchi, and Pasai. So the 10.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of up in the air.
Okay.
Because Sensei Day applies Kata to personality and body type. Besides, well, I think Shinto is our Shodan Kata, and beyond that, there's so many other options. He just bases it on personality.
Okay.
And again, it's beyond what I've experienced so far.
No worries. I mean, some do. I mean, our Seisan doesn't really look like anybody else's Seisan, so it's all right.
Well, it looks great to me.
Well played. You can come back. All right, what's number next?
So that was Seisan. So the next one is Ananku.
You don't do Ananku, right?
Yeah, that's another one that I haven't
All right,
learned yet.
get past that one.
So the next one is, I think, Nahanchi Sandan.
Hey,
I know that one.
That you can do.
Let's do Nahanchi Sandan. All right. Let's get.
This might be.
Ready. Kata. Nahanchi Sandan.
It's not done.
Come on. Ish. Ni. Sam. Chi. Go. Go. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Eight. Me. Hop. She. Go. Go. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Eight. Me. Hit. Go. Go. Six. Hutch. Hit. Two. Let's get it.
Essentially, everything's the same. It's just the timing's different.
Well, so I did space it out just a little bit, just so that we were all kind of. I was doing every move on the counts, just to make sure we were all together.
There's long been a battle of for the heart of the count on Nahanchi, especially this one.
Yeah.
Our Kaicho, our Grandmaster's son, who's now the head of the system, he kind of put an edict in a while back. It's like one count for everything. So like everything is a count. Ich, ni, song, chi,
Yeah.
go. So it was like, no, like one technique per count kind of thing. Just so that way everyone looked, people weren't getting ahead.
It's like a nice way of saying kiss.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, because I mean, just because people were, putting like 2 or 3 sequences together. I think that sometimes it feels like the flow, like someone was thinking, like, like, oh, I'm sneaking up on somebody, so they want to make all that one move each, and okay, that's the applications that they see. But then, we were at camp with, 150 people, people getting poked in the eye and stuff. So.
Everything's going wrong.
Yeah, and you're trying to keep up with somebody, and then your technique goes out the window. And I was doing June, maybe Chinto, I don't know, with somebody, and we did the count, and we're doing a hajime, and we started going, and I was like 2 moves in, and homeboy was like, I don't know, like 12 moves in, because he was just tearing through it. And I was like, I can't even keep up with him. So anyway, cool. Number 9.
Sundown? All right.
Sounds good.
Pinon Sundown.
Hey.
Hey.
I'll go back and wrangle the white belts for a little bit, and then we'll probably get pulled back in the room in about 5 minutes.
Nice and tick. Shields kick. Hey. Kata. Pinon Sundown. Right. Hey. Hey. So. Take. Hey. Go. Go. Sage. Hutch. Two. Two. Eight. Eight. Stop. Let's get. Eight.
Always rely on Pinon Sandan.
Hey, could you, would you go through yours again?
Hey.
Real quick? I'd like to watch it.
Yeah, of course. Pinon Sandan.
Arigatou gozaimasu. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just, because again, the way I learned it in Kobayashi was fairly different. And so I wanted to see how you did it as well with that different branch. Because after this, we always did this, boom. But instead of you put your hand back here, it was a block here, boom. And then, it was elbow, back fist,
Oh yeah.
punch, right? And then also back in the day, we used to do, it was crescent kicks. I couldn't quite see if you were doing crescent kicks or straight kicks.
So the 2 ways I was shown, it was kind of funny actually, but you would like taunt,
Right.
you would turn to deflect and basically
Okay. Yeah.
hit the groin, catching their foot.
Yeah.
And then the second way, which I've been doing, is just simply a thrust kick to the hip.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Just pushing
Yeah.
them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. For us, one of the things that's different here is obviously no kick. So we come around, so punch. So we come around here, right? It's a step, And again, we don't go way over. It's basically it's a small motion, boom,
Yep.
you know, block, and you know.
So when I do the Shitoru Pinan, there's no
Yeah.
kick I do in those ones.
Right. So it's interesting. It's very interesting to me how this kata differs amongst Shorin-ryu, but also amongst, you know, other Ryukyu styles
Absolutely, yeah.
that went on. So, you know, that one's pretty slick. I tend to miss, you know, the Kobayashi way of doing Nahanchi or Pinan Sandan. You know, again, it was also very, you know. Now, what I thought was interesting was that punch right there that you just threw. That one I've never seen.
So
Yeah, I've never seen that added in.
that I do in Nahanchi as well. So when I'm
Really?
going through, when I get to
Yep.
this point,
Yep. Interesting.
yeah. Now, I've again, there's two paths that I've been
Right.
taught in my own system. So like Nahanchi Shodan, originally I would learn, obviously, right,
Right.
as everyone knows it,
Right.
very very similar. And then Sensei Tim would teach
Yeah.
with a shuto
Okay.
and then a curl
Yeah.
to an elbow, skipping that grab, low block, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huh.
And then this being like almost a double, a grab
Right.
punch or a double punch,
Right. Okay.
as it's
Right.
normally both.
Right.
Like that micro timing that we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
So again,
Interesting.
all sorts of different goodies, right?
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting. I noticed as we were doing that, you know, that block and you threw that punch in there. I was like, wow, I've never seen that. That's new.
Feels so good. I can't not do it. Like when we were doing the seminar with Toraguchi,
Hey.
the Naji seminar with No Illegal with Toraguchi, I like forcefully stopped myself, you know, just doing it as is,
Yeah.
out dropping that in, and I'm like, no, do it their way. Just
Okay.
so it's tight, you know,
Yeah.
you're getting close, and it's that groin, stomach punch, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Boom. And I sink into it. And that's the other with Nahanchi, in the same concept, you know, you're coming over,
Yeah.
a lot of level changing. So
Right.
I'm in standard, and then I sink, boom, and I switch, and then I pop, I come back up from that sank position,
Yeah.
boom, to add that extra.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in my Kobayashi days, bouncing like that would have gotten me a smack with a shinai.
Well, it's funny, at a seminar in California, we had, I think he's an 8th Dan or something. He would always say, there's no up in karate. And then it's like, but you're coming back up to neutral. You're not lifting. So what's that? And it's just, there's always something, right? Like,
Yeah. It was when we did, again, like I said, we did Nahanchi, everything we did was always Tanren. So it was always here. And the idea was whenever you started, that was your level. Like you stayed at that level. So, you know, you did what you could to keep that level, you know, going, right?
there's so much value to those concepts too. Like on its own, it's a workout, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's just simply, and then I'm sure it's jam packed with concepts that, you know, we could go on for days.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if we can. We haven't gotten the call yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can squeeze into. See if we can maybe squeeze in Dahanshi Nidan real quick before we get before we get, called back into the adult room. All right. Okay, let's kick. Ready? Kata. Hanshin
Nidan.
All right. Hit. Knee. Tom. Cheek. Go. Go. Six. Hatch. Two. Two. Hit. Knee. Tom. Cheek. Go. Go. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Hit. Hit.
Aye.
Hit. Let's get. Hit.
All I can remember from that kata, well, I remember lots from it, but the one that shines brightly, learning that bunkai at the beach, this, and it was like, grab my wrist, and then I grabbed his wrist, and then he grabbed me and nearly ripped my arm off. It's like, you get grabbed, you grab back, you yank, and you just tear, and your wrist is just like, all right, it's just sawdust now.
Yeah, once you isolate that, and you knock them in, and then you're putting all your granola on that little point, and
It always comes back to me. He always says, with Nihonchi, it's all about that grabs. If someone grabs you, you grab them, and you don't let go.
in charge.
Right. And
yeah.
that was, we spent probably at our last camp, we spent a long time, many repetitions, going over, this maneuver, right? Because, a lot of folks were having trouble with it. And it, a punch comes in, it's a grab, and you're not like turning your body over, and you're not leaning over. It's, a grab, trap,
Ooh.
boom, bam, right? Trap. Or they've grabbed your hand, trap, right? You got them here, right? You come up, you trap their hand, come up underneath. That's an arm bar. Like it's a gooseneck, right? Come up from underneath. So,
When
elbow,
watching,
grab the head.
yeah, watching Kyle, you guys do a lot of there's very literal bunkai in your kata. Like you can see it. There was a whole thing for a while. Hanshi, we did our kata, we did our kata, and then we came back one year, and he goes, "Oh, too much bunkai." He wanted to be more of a sort of a placeholder kind of thing, because we were doing that move for us. When I first learned it was, like they didn't really necessarily talk about what this part was, but they're coming up and you're grabbing like somebody's arms. They've cut, and you're bringing their arm in, and you're catching on the knee and smacking it with your elbow. You're like, ah! And you're like, oh, and then everyone would like, they would do this and that, and then people were like breaking their knee, going, ah! And he was like, no, too much bunkai, because he didn't want it to be. I think also because he didn't want it to be like, this is the only application for this technique, kind of thing. And but also I think it's because people were like fucking hurting themselves doing techniques, and so it's kind of, when as soon as you did that, I was like, ooh, he's jacking up somebody's arm, And for me, I'm thinking more of like, it's a kick. Maybe somebody's doing a kick, and you're doing two. Anyway, it's a couple of things, but it's kind of interesting watching your kata, because it's like, yep, that's that concept, but it's very delineated out. The very good thing about that is that means that whoever demonstrates it, like they were demonstrating the actual technique, as opposed to it's just a thing. Yeah. We're doing this, and you do that, and you do that. Well, what is it? Don't worry about it. Yeah. Someone was clearly telling you what that was.
Hey.
Nice and sick.
All right. 1 minute, and then we'll go in the main room.
Let's see. So I guess Peanut Nidan. for going down the list.
All right, now, do you guys switch Nidan and Shodan?
No.
But
Yes.
and even
Well,
then, but wait,
So
is it
for
still
us, Pina Nidan is this.
okay? Good. Woo!
We
Okay.
had a guy. We had a guy come to the dojo many years ago. Remember him, Drew? And he said he studied modified Shodan. And I was like, what?
In shorter.
Modified Shodan. And he came. It was Shotokan.
Yeah.
So we went to I went to his instructor's site because and that was the switcher, right? Piano Shodan, piano switch. And I went to his guys, and you look at the guy. The instructor was from Japan. He's like some, and I read his bio, and there was not one shred of Okinawan martial arts in it at all. This guy, he said he was like a 6th degree in judo or whatever, and apparently, I guess he studied Shotokan at some point and decided to call his system modified Shodan.
Huh. Well,
So that's a very good question.
typically Japanese thing to do. All right, Pina Nidan.
Yeah. I do this different.
Kyotsuke. Hey,
I'll be the judge of that.
Kata. Pina Nidan. Come on. Hey. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Up. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Hey. Me. One. Two. Go. Go. Hey. Two. Two. Hey. Me. So. Let's get. Hey.
Yeah.
That one should be really similar.
Yeah,
It's identical.
it's pretty basic as it is, right? So
Yep.
like I noticed when I open
Okay.
jab and pop, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's and maybe the shutos at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Do you do this?
I do essentially this down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just does
Okay.
a big version of that.
I've seen it done that way. I've seen it done this way. I've seen it done like we do. Basically another one of those 1-2
I
block strike.
I see
So-
it this way.
that
Yeah. I've seen that.
one of the bunkai from that I remember learning and feeling very painfully. So he changes the emphasis. So rather than the nikite to the shuto, he would do like a
Mm.
slap, and he'd go kick. I'd throw a front kick, and he would go
Yep.
wham to the outside of my leg,
Yep.
and I'd be like, "Oh God!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to completely destroy the nerves in my leg
Yeah.
with just that wham.
That's what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing then. Just
Yeah, you just
different mode of transportation to it.
well, on for those of you on Facebook, there was a Hank, one of the guys, and one of our other instructors over in Terrell, Texas. He posted a video by a guy, and the guy was like sparring or whatever. And the guy would like go for a kick, and he just went bam and just hit him in the leg, you know. And then the guy would go for a punch and went bam, and he just hit him in the shoulder to check him. And so I told him, remember at the seminar we did for him, Drew, I was telling him about like, you know, one of the ABH, right? Always be hitting. And I put that down there, and he didn't remember it. He's like, what does that mean? I'm like, always be hitting. Remember the seminar you paid for? That I don't
And
know.
you said you loved and it would change your life, and it apparently
Yeah. It's like whatever you're doing, yeah, you're freaking always hitting. Like when you talk about parrying, you know, and this parry, it's like it's you know, our blocks are deflective, but that doesn't mean you can't put a little dirt on there, you know. You know, that's 1-2 strikes, you know. Same thing here. This is a grab, but don't forget that it could also just be a hit and then boom, a strike. So, yeah, absolutely.
All right, Sensei.
Cool. All right.
Let's
Let's pull on in the main room, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Have returned.
You did it. You made the trip.
It was a long journey.
All right,
Long
Julie.
journey.
Uphill's
A long, strange trip it's been.
Sarah made it. Did we
Did
lose?
we lose people along the way?
Sarah killed them all.
Man.
Howard
the woman
never
in black.
started.
She's just like Black Widow.
Yes.
The cowards never started, and the weak die along the way.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's see.
Colton and
Sensei,
Yudansha?
he's not the Pirot Sensei's in there somewhere, but and then Colton should be on him. Well, Colton may have already dropped off because he usually bails out of here.
Well, I think they're working on his thing.
Oh, there they go.
There they are.
There they
Hey.
Good deal. How do you look, Sensei?
Yo.
How do you look?
Hey, man.
I was too busy being dazzled by Kyle. I couldn't pay attention.
See?
Good, Kata?
Look familiar. Sorry, you guys look the same.
We're all dressed the same, so
It's the way bananas, right?
unlike you.
One of these
Anyway,
kids is not like the other.
No, you aren't.
he's a highfalutin Yonda. He can do whatever he wants. So anyway, so as you know, I was telling them about Yudansha, and I was telling Colton, I shouldn't tell you guys, is, one of the things that I do when I put you guys in these rooms is, like the senior guy is the one who does it. So, for Drew, his challenge, because he's coming up for Nidon, is to help Kyle, get something out of this, learn, and be able to impart that, Kyle's already got a basis and a context for what we're doing, so it's a little bit easier. But for Drew to be able to share that and get that information across and help him, kind of stumble through our techniques and whatnot, just like he did with Brad, who's in a Korean style the other week. That's what I look for when it's time for promotion. You're not parroting something, you understand it, and you can impart the information. It's the same thing I'm looking for you, Colton. Is you need to learn the 25 basics for your first strike, but even better is you're not just parroting it and doing it, you're able to demonstrate it and kind of explain it and ask salient questions. So, you get promoted when you understand. I want the students to understand things. I don't want you just to kind of do it and spit it out and kind of mirror what I'm doing or whatever, but you don't take it in, because if you don't understand it, you're not going to be able to apply it, out in the cul-de-sac, which is where it's important. So, and also it puts a little pressure on you to have to be the person to demonstrate stuff. And now that I have you, I don't have to do that all the time. So now I make you guys do that. So that's part of the thing is you guys demonstrating it and not choking. But you don't think you're doing it. That's why when everyone gets up in front of in front of camp. And I remember Kristen, when she was testing for her karate certification, I was like, this is just like you doing it back in your dojo. You're just leading the basics in front of people. It's no different. So instead of putting you up in front of a test board, you're just going to do the same thing, here, where there's no pressure, but there is, because you got the critical eye of myself and Pirot Sensei.
You always mess up. And we know you messed up.
Yeah. And we talk about you. We do.
That's all right. They talk about me all the time.
Oh, you would not believe what we say about you.
Oh, I believe it.
But he can't hit us, so we'll say whatever we want. Anyway, yeah. So, so that's sort of the criteria. So that's going on. So Sarah, for you, keep doing what you're doing. It's your technique's going good. Don't worry about speed, because what's number one rule of the dojo? Anybody?
Mess up 5 times, be perfect 10.
I think you're looking for.
I
I want to see 5 good ones rather than 10 crappy ones. Is I think what you're
Yeah.
looking for.
She knows what
That's
she's.
that's a little more, less
That's
crust.
overachieving.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Do the technique slow, you'll be able to do it fast. All right.
Got that little sense of humor there. I love it.
So yeah, that's one of the things when we did the combo class. I pointed out was like, hey, look, see, they joke around too, you know. But Canadians are all funny, so Kyle, see, look at that. Anywho, so just keep small polishing. It takes a long time in a river to make a rock smooth. Okay, so just this is the foundation, and then we'll just add stuff on top of it, and it looks good. Colding your technique looks great. You really got it together. You've got it locked in. Your body, your elbows are in. Everything is good. So I'll have to look at maybe putting you up for promotion pretty soon.
Maybe.
Say again?
He said maybe. Just
maybe. Yeah, don't get cocky, kid. Anyway, so there's all that. Kyle, you got any questions or comments? So Kyle is in another Matsumura Sieto branch. He's with more or less Kuta's branch, Sensei. He's with on Kuta's side. So it's kind of interesting watching his kata because it's just like ours, just a little different. So it's always nice to see that in another system. Is there anything you want to kind of give a little overview of your training there, Kyle?
Of my personal training or this class? For both.
Sure.
Well, first, I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you.
Working with the group I was working with was fantastic. Lots of learning, lots of sharing. I honestly really enjoyed it, and I'll be happy to continue Zooming with you guys. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Shodan? You're a Shodan or you're Nidan?
Shodan.
What?
Shodan.
Shodan. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, it's just kind of nice to see the contrast and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Well, cool. Yeah. I mean, welcome back. We're not gonna try and convert you or anything because we're all in the same family. So yeah, just come and train and hang out. I might need a place to hide when I go to Canada.
Yeah.
So when I talked to Kyle, he's in a place called Sarnia, which 4 years ago, yesterday, on my Facebook feed, we were in Sarnia and we camped there 4 years ago. And I told him, I said, like, well, crap, if I knew there was a karate school there, I would have stuck around a couple of days. I didn't, so. Because I always bring a gi, and I didn't. I know.
As soon as the pandemic's over.
That's right.
Maybe half the battle.
Maybe sooner if we don't get straight around here. Oh, so for everyone here in Austin, so I don't know if you saw it today that the city council passed an ordinance where it's like a $2,000 fine if you're not wearing a mask in public spaces.
Really?
So
did not see that.
I have not seen anything about the park, so I don't know if. I mean, I think we're probably we're going to be here. I guess is my big flick for.
Yep.
What phase are you in right now?
Say again?
What phase are you in?
5 still, I think.
1.5 or something?
Texas fucked up, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's the technical term.
Got rolled back, huh?
Yeah. I know that we're in phase 2, coming up to phase 3, but Canada's definitely handling it a little better.
Well, you
guys
are
are metric phase 5, and I don't think it's gone down from that. So.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys are all staying safe.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
We haven't touched each other in months.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be in the same room with you guys, but anyway. But yeah. So Kyle, come on back anytime you want. It's fine. It's good to train with you, and you'll help us, and we'll help you, and life will be good. Ben's in Arkansas. Ben Shinkan there is in Arkansas. So, and Pirot Sensei is in Seattle, so he's over on he's on the left coast. So come on back. So we'll have class on Tuesdays. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I think we may try and do maybe some more combo classes with people. Like, maybe go to some of our other federation schools and stuff like that, because I think people are going to start not going to class again, hopefully. And we'll all get back together. But anyway, a little bit slower class tonight, but I think you guys got a lot of good work on your Kihon. And Colton, I'm going to be talking to you about some criteria for testing for promotion. All right, I got to get some ducks in a row for Yudansha and B as well. All right. No, Ben, you don't get promoted. You already got promoted.
Do I get promoted?
Okay, sure. What rank do you want to be?
Promote him.
What rank do you
13.
want to be?
Gone.
Hey, only if you can re-stomp the groin. All right.
Promote Pirot too, because we're passing out like candy.
That,
It's actually a 12th dawn in my city.
oh, man, let me tell you. There's.
Talk about that later.
Yeah, but he's a ninja. All right,
Yeah.
Yudansha, take us home.
Hey, Kills kick. Ushiro Morte Migi, Gi to open house. Hey, turn around to the right. Adjust your belt. Gi. Come in. Turn around to the right to the front. Sensei, gata ni de. Dozo, domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Hey,どうもありがとうございました。
Sensei, gata ni de. Sayonara, Sensei.
Sayonara, guys. Yay! Another one.
Stop it, man.